the float that you will present tomorrow?
The concept of actually the float, in which is actually going to be presented like by Sunday tomorrow, essentially is representing the Panagbenga Festival, but through a different medium rather than just art through flowers. In this case, art through Legos.
Legos.
Why Legos?
Why Legos, you may ask?
Yeah.
I would actually like to think it's something different. It's something underutilized, which I'm actually utilizing in my art form right now, and a brand new medium in which most people have not thought of. I decided to actually take advantage of that so I can create something new for this festival that has been around during the late 90s, after the Northern Luzon earthquake, which hit Baguio City pretty bad, in which I would like to reference as partially my inspiration for my Panagbenga float.
How many pieces did you use?
Think of it as 10,000 pieces times 20, because I had to make sure that the Lego sculpture essentially sticks together like clay. But in this case, rather than using glue or clay, I decided to use Lego on top of Legos in order for it to be stable for the long run.
Will it be able to last until from the parade route to the Melvin Jones?
More or less, yes, but we're just adding more support to it, including some nylon wires, just for added protection once this thing goes to the float and we present to essentially like thousands of people within the session mode to the Melvin area.
How long did it took you to finish the?
Initial concept took at least 1 year, and the building process, as you can actually see here, took around like 3 months to build. But afterwards, it took like some time to actually make sure it's stable enough that it can actually stand alone with its own 2 feet. Which is why I had to put more bricks progressively. It didn't take over 3 months to just make it stable. But for the creation, it's within that time frame.
After having presented it during the parade, what will you do with your float?
For some time, we're gonna go leave it as it is and display it for everyone to see. But after the parade, we're most likely gonna go remove the sculpture from the float and actually present it for everyone to see for some time with acrylic glass to preserve its structural integrity.
Could you provide details of the sculpture?
Providing the details of the sculpture, yes, I would actually like to do that.
Yeah.
With its primary and secondary colors in which I used, I decided to go for that because the Panagbenga Festival relies on colors. Usually, when it creates its floats to represent the flower through art. The flowers comes in so many different colors that I can actually create and formulate designs for everyone to actually see and feel.
Okay, how many percentage of fresh flowers did you use?
How many percentage?
Yeah.
Think for the actual float in which is
Yes.
going to accompany this
Yes.
sculpture, I'd say like around 70 to 80%.
70 to 80%.
Fresh flowers.
Yes.
So, how much did you spend in making your float?
Including the sculpture.
Yeah.
Like I really can't say, but the estimate is around like 50,000 pesos to nearly 500,000 pesos actually. But for the Lego alone, it's like practically like 20,000 pesos,
20,000.
in which I actually had to find the pieces piece by piece because some colors are not really common, like the purple, for instance.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. Most of the pieces are not readily available. Where did you source it at?
I sourced it out from other people who are like trying to get rid of the Legos, and some of it from the newer like Lego bricks that they release, like not not as late as 2 years ago that they started rolling out like certain colors like pastel yellow and pastel green as well as pastel purple, as you can see here. Because the original Lego bricks were usually red, yellow, blue, black, and white. That was the original one. And later they decided to actually add more colors to increase their spectrum.
Okay. Is this your first time to join the float parade?
Yes,
Okay.
it is actually the first time.
Can you introduce yourself? Short introduction.
The short introduction in regards to the float.
To you, to yourself.
About yourself.
Yourself.
Oh, my name is Jed Steven Ong Cunanan, as I actually would like to say. And I actually came like for my entire life from Brent International School, Baguio, from pre-K to all the way to grade 12, and finished actually my bachelor's degree on the University of Santo Tomas College of Fine Arts, particularly in painting,
Painting.
in the painting like batch. That's a short introduction, but other than that, I would like to say that Lego is actually one of my many uses of artworks. Other than the usual painting, I really go for Legos as another form of artistic expression. Since most people tend to think that Lego are just simple toys,
Yeah.
the Lego system has evolved so much that it can actually be translated into different types of art forms, as actually like miniature sculpting, but in my case, full-blown sculptures from the ground up.
Okay. I'm just wondering, who is your model?
There is no model.
About is it the lady and the lady?
There is no particular model, but I took inspiration from the flower ladies,
Flower lady.
usually seen around every Panagbenga festival, and tried to make my own version. So I decided to get a 3D image, like a random 3D image that's like a base one, and translate it into an assortment of instructions from a website called Brickligator, where it transform like essential 3D images into pure Lego sculpture instructions, in which it goes from layer 1 all the way to 60 to 70 in order to make the height really good.
Okay.
What are the dimensions of your float, if you can share?
The dimensions of the actual float.
Yeah.
Without this, if we are talking about the float, it's about as big as actually like a regular car though.
Okay.
But for the dimensions of this, the Lego sculpture wasn't really clear, because creating the Lego sculpture really took so much effort in order for it not to break apart. But that was more important to me than the dimensions alone. But other than that, I still stuck with my instructions and made it as accurate as possible, while adding more bricks inside to keep it together, rather than just keep it hollow like how most sculptures are made.
Thank you very much.
Any further question? Omar?
Sige. Thank you
That's,
for your
that's
time,
all.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, actually.